You really do have to ground yourself so much so that everything that you do for you be uprooted, you know? Because everybody, some people, yo, a good amount of them, got way more needs than you. Even if you look or you asking for the shit that you need, there's always gonna be somebody more in need than you. And they will find every reason to justify their reasons to take from you. Because they're more in need than you. Even if you working for your shit, stacking your shit. If they need it more than you, they're gonna take it from you because they need it more than you. Some people don't give a fuck if you need what you're actually putting work in for, right? You need it. You putting in the effort. Turn this down. You putting in all the fucking time, the energy, doing your research, getting all your resources together. Bless you. You making a plan. You getting your shit organized. But because whatever you're going after, whatever you're doing for you, somebody wants it more. They got to feed their kids. They got to pay their bills. They got to pay children. They got to buy their children some nice shit. They need this shit way more than you, even if it's yours. Look at history. There's always going to be a thief amongst the crowd that will look so high and mighty and just as rich as the false clouds that they sit in. They just need people to believe that, yo. They need everybody to be stuck up in this smoky ass illusion that never reflect those projections. Some people just need for you to really need so much that you really put in all the efforts for all that you need, just so they can say that you don't really need it because they family need it more than you. They need for you to look as if you just can't take care of yourself. You just ain't straight in the head. You can't maintain life. You ain't keeping a roof over your head. And this is the peoples that is on everything, no hate at all. No, take the system for what the fuck they can take it, but don't take from people that's out the system trying to make it without the fucking system, let alone the motherfucking system trying to systemize them in a systematic. But those are the ones that stuck in the system because they do need the system. There are system was created because people do need the system. But then when you get out the system, motherfuckers will want you to stay systematic into that system. It's just the thing is that that you work for, the shit that you put in for, the shit that you actually put effort in. Motherfuckers is lazy. That's all that it is. Unmotivated and want to take the easy route. Rather make you look crazy and get all their friends in it just so they from you. Because to them, you don't need it. To them, you kind of crazy. You can't take care of that. They way more things to buy for their friends, for their family, for their children than you do. Even if you're the one that's working for your shit more with your shit than they could ever think of doing anything for them to even make something of themselves. It's easy to take from people, especially when they're established, especially when they already got their shit going on. It's easy to make a motherfucker say, that bitch right there is crazy. Something wrong with her. We need to go ahead and make all these fucking reports, get all these people, get everybody. I mean, look at history. You got half the people thinking that all motherfucking black folk kind of crazy, right? We all thugs and gangsters and shit. And the women is just loose, they gold diggers, they just loud and ratchet and shit. And then you got the other side thinking, and a good amount of us are sophisticated. We kind of, we up on our shit. It's just the ones that's floating in between, the pretenders, the phony ones, the ones that dress the part, but they ain't really got no parts. They dressing the part, they smelling like it, but they talk shit. They filled with shit. Start talking that shit, it really is some funky ass shit. And you trying to put the shit, they ain't shit for bullshit. But since motherfuckers dress nice, they talk, they pick up words, yeah. Conversation, they pick up words. And they use that within the conversation to make it like they up on their shit. They up to par. But no, some people are just as broken and just as phony that they people to believe that they are high up on those clouds filled with smoke. But when that's dissipate, all they're seeing is the bullshit holding each other, holding themselves up. It's crazy that shit that Looking into history, if this history really was, could you imagine how much that's the reparations right there? But the fight is to keep making you look crazy, bless you, keep making you look crazy every time that question comes up. What is it that you're actually owed? But you can get the answer because they always got all these motherfucking reasons why they don't owe you shit. And they come up with more reasons to justify their reasons. That should never give you shit. And here goes history. Because somebody needs you more than you. They don't even know what to do with that shit. They just know how to display that shit. They just know how to stay in the surface with that shit because they're afraid to go in the deep end with that shit. They're just as shallow as their thoughts, yo. That's the reason why they can only do the simple shit. Yo. Motherfuckers are just too simple to keep doing the same simple shit. Yet when it comes to actually putting in the work, it's too difficult. It's too much work. It takes too much thought. You gotta put some brain into it, you know? That mental magic. But motherfuckers really do just want to use that mental magic on motherfuckers to keep them up there in the clouds full of smoke, just so that nobody's seeing the reflections to their projections. You know, their projections within the reflections that they see within you. It's easier to steal. It really is. It's easier to lie on a motherfucker to say, you know what? They don't deserve it. But look at history, yo. Do you really think that you don't? Think about it, yo. You know, the most I got you. Have a good one. Bye.